Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Oh, perfect pause. While we're waiting, another minute, we'll start. I promise we'll start another minute. Here's what I need your help with. When I say the word sales funnel, or when you hear the word sales funnel, what comes to mind? Like the first thought you have, or the first emotion you have. Drop those in the comments. One more song and we'll get started here in 1 minute.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
And away we go. Hello. All right. I'm so excited to be coming here to you on a Wednesday. Is this trippy for everybody or what? Normally I go live on Thursdays, or like in the past, it's always been Thursdays, but new year, new what? New plan. How about that? So I will be live every Wednesday at this same time. And you have my commitment. We're going to go shorter on these lives. Boy, some of them were getting to an hour. And while it was great content, you are busy people. And so I want to give you more short, simple, sweet nuggets. And today we are talking about sales funnels. Yep, sales funnels. Okay, so my question for you earlier, in case those of you that are just now joining us, when you hear the word sales funnel or you see the word sales funnel in somebody's copy or whatever, first thing that comes to mind, whether it's a thought or a feeling or an emotion, what comes to mind? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my phone and see what you guys have commented. Okay. Nicole says, someone wants my email address. It's like a scam. It catches you, right? Okay. Sherry says, not being able to get out of the matrix on my landing page. Yes. Boy, that tech can be hard, can it? Okay. Lisa says, I need one. That's what comes to mind. Yes, I need one. Michelle says the same thing. Only she says, I need one right now. I love it. Laura says, fill the top and keep them moving down. Yes. That's so awesome. I did a post in the group earlier. I don't remember if it was this week. They always talk about how like the week between Christmas and New Year's, you're like, oh, like, what day is it? I feel like that's how January has been. Anyway, I did a post in this group and I asked this very question. And here's some of what I heard. Eek, help. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's confusing. It's complicated. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have one. I don't understand what to do. So some of that plus some of what you just shared, that's the vibe here, okay? And so today I want to make it super simple for you to figure out how do you get started with a sales funnel. And we're not talking about tech. So we're throwing landing pages out. We're throwing complicated tools out. We're talking about a concept or a process without all the complicated steps. Does that sound like a plan? Does that sound like something you'd want to do? I would think so. I hope so anyway. Okay. For those of you that don't know me, we welcomed a ton of new people into this group over the last month. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Jamie Hain, and I am a video and growth coach, and I help my clients consistently hit 5K months and beyond and more, whatever it is that they want. And part of the work that I do with them, many of you know me as the video person or social media or Facebook groups, but before any of that can work, you got to figure this part out. You got to understand how your funnel works because you have one whether you know it or not. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Okay. So number one thing that you have to get before that stuff works, before the videos and the reels and the posts and the emails and all of that stuff work, is you have to know, where are you leading people? Where are you taking them? Okay. Now, at its basic core function here, okay, the journey from high to buy is what we're going for. You like that? From high to buy. So these are people who you've met for the first time. You've got to take them on a path to get them to purchase from you. Okay. From high to buy. That's what I mean when I say, where are you leading them? And again, I'm not talking about tech. I'm talking about the process. Think of it like this. It is the journey or the path that you are moving people on. You follow me? Everybody with me? Okay, I hope so. I hope so. I want to tell you a quick story. About a year and a half ago, that sounds about right. That feels about right. My coach at the time, and I'm a big believer, I think everybody should have a coach. It can 10x your business, I'm telling you. Anyway, my coach at the time forbade me. I don't even know if that's a word. She forbid me, but what's forbade? What's past tense? Forbid? Anyway, I'm not a grammar person. Somebody who knows grammar, you'll tell me what the right word is here. She would not let me have a landing page. I was getting ready to do a new group coaching program, and she said, you don't get to have a landing page. Because I was letting that get in my way. I was not ready to talk about it, not ready to launch, not ready to have conversations because my landing page wasn't done. And she said, you don't get to have one. Now, you got to have a payment link. You got to have an ability for people to pay you, but no landing page. And I was like, this is impossible. Can't be done. Can't be done. She says, yes, it can be done. And I'm going to prove to you that it can. So I want you to guess how many of those group coaching programs, I will tell you, was under $500. Okay. How many of those group coaching programs do you think I sold in that launch without having a landing page? Some of you may know this answer because you've heard me talk about this before. But what do you think? Any guesses? Any guesses? No guesses? It's going to come. Nobody wants to guess because you don't want to be wrong. All right. I sold 8. I sold 8 of those group coaching programs without a landing page. So you do not need a complicated tool or system. You don't need it. What you need is this clear path or journey, and that's what we're going to talk about today, okay? Now, many of you have heard me talk about this. This is where's my marker? Where'd my marker go? Okay. A sales funnel is this journey that you're taking people on, okay? So the ultimate goal here is you sell something, okay? This is your one-on-one, your group coaching program, whatever it is that you're selling. Okay. And what you've got to do, the path is this. You've got to attract people in. You got to nurture people. And then you got to convert. Okay, I can't really read that over the purple. But this is the path. Okay. Are there other parts and pieces that you can overcomplicate the crap out of this with? Yeah. Yep, you can. And that's probably where you're stuck. But at its very core foundational element, it's this. Okay. So what does this mean? Let me grab a different board here so that you can see this. Okay. I want you to think about it like this. Okay. What are you doing to attract? This is your post content. It could be alive. It could be, this is just an example. Okay. It could be a video. It could be a reel. It could be whatever your content is. Follow me? Okay. So then what are you doing to nurture them? This could be a DM. Doesn't have to be. If you don't like DMing, you could skip this. You could just simply have a call to action that says comment if you want this. And then your conversion here is to book a call. It can be this simple. Okay? So what I want you to think about here, when you are attracting people in, this part right here, okay, you are making them aware of the problem they have that you can help solve. That's bottom line what you're doing. And the more specific you are there, the more that connects. Okay? Then you get to nurture. What are you doing inside of nurture? You're helping them take the next step. If this resonates with them, what's the next step? What do they need to do to go further? Is everybody going to take that step? No, that's why it's a funnel. Only the people who are ready to take that next step will go further in that funnel. Okay? And then the last one is the conversion. And yes, you can think about this as sales, but I like to think about it as I'm just guiding them to make a decision. Is this for you? Do you want my help or do you not want my help? It is literally this simple. Literally this simple. Can you complicate it with all of the other stuff and things? Yep. But you don't have to. I sold 8 of those group coaching programs without a landing page. What you need to do is just have conversations with people. The more conversations you're having with people, the more things you're going to sell because I don't remember who said it. Who said it? Laura. You're filling the top. You're getting more people to push down through this funnel. That's it. That's all there is to this. Okay? So now I know what you're thinking. Okay, great. Where did my thing go? There we go. How do I do this? How do I make my audience want my help? How do I guide my audience? How do I push my audience through this? You do it in reverse. You plan it from the bottom up. So remember what I said at the very beginning. You got to know where you're leading them. You got to know what this point is right above that purchase. Okay, so if I want to sell one-on-one programs, then I know right above it, I got to get calls booked. I got to become great at doing those calls, absolutely, but I got to be able to book calls. So then you say, all right, what's the step above it? What do I have to do to attract and nurture people to get them to book those calls? And then you do it on repeat. The more calls you book, the more conversations you have, the more you're going to sell. Simple. Okay. What questions do you have about attract, nurture, convert as it relates to this super simple funnel? Any questions? Let's see what you guys got. Hold on here. 20? I wish I sold 20. That would have been great. But you get the point, right? Those of you that guessed 20? Yeah, it's way more than you think you can. One of my favorites, Jasmine Starr, says, social media is the start of the conversation. And if you want to sell more of whatever it is that you're thinking, you've got to have more conversations. You've got to book more calls. Or whatever it is that you're doing. Each and every one of your sales funnels is going to be different because you are doing different things. You have different programs. You might have different funnels for each of your different offerings. That's where it gets really fun, okay? But this is the core basic, simple, simple, simple. Okay, I don't see any comments. No questions. All right, you guys got this? You're sure? 100%, you're in, you can do this. In fact, you're just waiting for me to stop talking so you can go and do yours. Yes? I will tell you, this was hard for me to kind of figure out for myself. I was making it more complex. I think personally, I'm a fixer. I like to fix problems. So I was creating problems that I wanted to fix when I didn't need to. Right? And I think we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed by all the stuff and things. Everybody on social media is telling you, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it just swirls, right? And you go chasing all of those different rocket ships, I like to call them. I did a whole workshop on this last week. If you've not watched that replay, I would encourage you to do that. If you don't even know what I'm talking about and you want to watch the replay, just type the comment workshop in the comments and I'll get you the link. But this is the kind of stuff that we talked about, is how do you figure this piece out? What are all the parts and pieces? Okay, let's see if there's any other questions, because I'm going to wrap us up. Tara says no questions. Tara says, I need a program instead of one-off sessions. That's not really a question, Tara, but I'm going to turn it into a question because I think that's something that everybody needs to see and hear, right? Part of that workshop last week was doing some math. And those of you that aren't math fans, you weren't really happy with me. Right? Calculate the number. What do you charge for a single session? How many of those single sessions do you need to sell in a month to hit your revenue goal? It's a bigger number than you think. So not only is it harder for you to hit your revenue goals when you're only selling single sessions, they're harder to sell. Because in a single session, you're tackling one problem, you're doing one thing. And most of your ideal clients, they want a transformation. And that can't happen in one session. And as soon as you start to shift from talking about book a session to book a call with me and I'm going to sell you a program or a package, it's easier because you're selling the transformation that those people get. Thanks for pointing that out, Tara. So important, so powerful. Okay, let's see if we got any other questions. Okay, no questions. Let's wrap this up then, shall we? Okay. If you're sitting there and you're saying, I don't know how to do this, I need help figuring out my funnel for my specific business, I would love to help you with this. In fact, what I am giving anybody who's interested is a 30-minute, I call them a Become Unstoppable call. On that call, 30 minutes, I'm going to help you figure out this simple funnel and what that looks like for you. Okay? That's it. It's as simple as that. Don't let the tech overwhelm you. Don't let not understanding this get in the way. I'm offering help. If you want help, book a call and let's build this together. Let's figure this out together. You are closer than you think you are. Somebody posted on that same post that said, what do you think of when you think of sales funnel? Somebody, I think it was Lori, responded and she said, you already have a sales funnel. You just might not know it. And I would add to that, you might have a sales funnel. It's just not working. It's not intentional. You don't have a plan around it, but you do have one. That's why you're doing all of the things. That's why you're posting. It's part of your sales funnel. Again, it goes back to you've got to know where you're leading them, but you have to understand that you are so much closer than you think you are. And I would love, love, love to be able to help you with this because I want you to be successful with it. When you're successful, I'm successful. So what do you say? If you want to book a call, you can message me. You can comment below and just type call. Just type call. Call. I want to call. I want to call with Jamie. And I will get you the link and you can book it whenever it works for you. I so wish that someone had taught me this a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm teaching it to you now. You can do this. It's simpler than you think. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next week, Wednesday. for more of the same. I can't remember what we're talking about next week, but it will be there for sure. All right, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Let's get after this. Let's grow our businesses. Let's get visible. Let's get some sales in. Let's make this our best year yet. And I'm here to help guide you every step of the way. All right, guys. Bye.